Today's subject is VIDAL SASSOON. Vidal, thank you for being here.
It truly is a great pleasure. Thank you.
Well, we'll just get started with the questions. Do you consider yourself a religious or a spiritual person?
Well, I like to think of myself as spiritual. Religion has created so much strife and war that it's very difficult for me to consider myself a religious person. But spiritual, yes. And Hebrew, definitely. 5,000 years of tribal growing, and the kind of people that the Jews have in essence brought through civilization has been quite extraordinary.
What is your favorite movie concession stand snack?
Oh, I think it's that marvelous big sausage. I think it goes under the name of Hebrew National. Yes, absolutely.
What is, in your opinion, the worst fashion faux pas?
I would say what 75% of the people wear.
How do you relieve stress?
Work.
What was your first job?
I was, first job was 3 months on a bicycle during the Blitz in London. The war was on, it was 42. And we had to take messages from the city to the docks. And obviously one had to have a bicycle. When I went in for the job, they said, "Do you have a bike?" I said, "No." They said, "Then steal one." But my stepdad came to my rescue and got me a bike. That was my first job, but as a 14-and-a-half-year-old, I was a shampoo boy in the East End of London.
Have you ever had a heart-to-heart with the person seated next to you on an airplane?
I try with all my might not to. I once accidentally sat next to a rabbi who was trying to convince me that the world was only 5,000 to 6,000 years old.
How many times a week do you exercise?
I was swimming 4 times a week for about a mile, maybe just a wee bit more. I'm going through a little, how can one put it? Well, why not? I'm going through a little leukemia right now, so my swimming is curtailed, but I am doing some exercise.
Do you use Facebook?
No.
What are your words to live by?
The words to live by. I think it's the fascination of the possibilities of future.
Where do you get your news?
MSNBC and CNN, I guess, and the New York Times. When I'm in London, which is part of the year, it's the Herald Tribune, which is a wonderful paper, and the Guardian.
What is the most exotic thing you've ever eaten?
That could be answered in a very naughty way, but the most exotic thing I've ever eaten, anything cooked by my really darling wife Ronnie. She's superb, great cook.
Who should sing the national anthem at the next Super Bowl?
Oh, Dinah Washington, if she was still with us. She was extraordinary.
What current or recent TV show do you find most addictive?
Oh, Jon Stewart, without any question.
Were you a creative child?
Creatively naughty.
When driving on a hot day, do you prefer to roll the windows down or to turn the air conditioning on?
If it's 100 outside, definitely the air conditioning.
What invention do you think the world would be better off without?
Well, with what's going on in the news today, the fact that we can all get into one another's business so many ways and have knowledge that we have no need for unless we're criminals. I think that part of technology has to be truly looked at, because privacy is just going out of the window.
What California stereotype is true about you?
Well, there are two Californians, the players and the workers. I'm one of the workers.
What's the secret to a successful marriage?
Trying not to make it a success. Let things come very natural.
What natural disaster do you find most frightening?
I think what the Japanese have just gone through with the earthquake plus the flooding of so many towns and villages, that's probably the most frightening thing I could envisage. And you'd hate to have that kind of thing be accessible to California.
What do you want the world to know about Vidal Sassoon?
I think the world's got a lot more important things to know about than Vidal Sassoon.